Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to my channel. Hope all of you are doing very good. So, I'm back again with today's story. The name of the story is The Dancing Peacock. And we will read together and stay till the end because in the end we will find a very good moral. By reading this story we will find out what happens to a person who is very arrogant and proud of himself. So what is the name of the story? The name of the story is The Dancing Peacock. So let's start reading. Long time ago, all the birds gathered to choose a king. As they were attracted to beauty, so they chose the golden swan as their king. So, this story took place long time ago. There was a time when all the birds gathered together to choose their king, to choose their leader. And as they were very much attracted to the beauty, they chose the golden swan as their leader. Golden Swan had a beautiful golden daughter. While she was still young, he granted her one wish. He wished that when she was old enough, she could choose her own husband. So, when the golden swan was chosen as the king, she granted her golden daughter one wish. Uh, what was the wish? He said that when her daughter will grow old enough, she could choose the husband of her choice. She, the, who, whichever bird she likes, she could get married to that bird. When his daughter was old enough, King Swan called all the birds living in the vast Himalayan mountains to a gathering that was held in the beautiful green land of Nepal. So, when his daughter grew up, the swan called all the birds living in the vast Himalayan mountains to gather in the land of green land of Nepal. We know there are many kinds of birds in the Himalayan mountains. So he called all the birds to gather, and as he wanted his daughter to get married and choose her husband among the birds. The purpose was to find a worthy husband for his daughter. So this was the purpose of the king who called all the birds to gather in the meeting. Birds came from far away, even from high Tibet. There were cuckoos, swans, eagles, sparrows, hummingbirds, owls, and many other kinds of birds. So there were variety of birds who gathered in the green land of Nepal for the purpose of marriage. King Swan asked his lovely daughter to select whichever husband she wished. Now the King Swan asked her daughter to select the husband of her choice. She looked over all the birds. Her eyes stopped at a shining emerald green, long-necked peacock with gorgeous flowing tail feathers. So, as the bird was given the freedom to choose among the husband, so her eyes, when she was looking at all the birds, her eyes got stuck to a very beautiful long-necked peacock who have a gorgeous flowing tails. She told her father, "This bird, the peacock, will be my husband." Now she said to her father that, "Father, I have selected my husband and this peacock will be my husband." Hearing that he was the lucky one, all the birds crowded around the peacock. So all the birds now crowded around the peacock to congratulate him. They began to congratulate him. Even among so many beautiful birds, the swan princess had chosen you. We congratulate you on a good fortune. So all the birds said to the peacock that among all the other birds, Princess Swan has chosen you. So you are the most luckiest one among us, and we congratulate you for your good fortune. The peacock became so puffed up with pride that he began to show off his colorful feathers in a fantastic strutting dance. He fanned out his spectacular tail feathers and danced in a circle to show off his beautiful tail. Being so conceited, he pointed his head at the sky and forgot all modesty. Now, see what happens. When all the birds started congratulating the peacock was very much proud of himself and he began to dance with his colorful long tail feathers. And the dance was very arrogant. The dance was very pride. It was a strutting dance. Strutting means that is full of pride, full of arrogance, that I am the best. No one can be better than me. This everyone can see in his body language, which was not at all good, not at all acceptable. You must have done very good. You must be very handsome. You must be very beautiful. Others people should say that. Why should you be arrogant? This is the thing, children, right? Why should you be arrogant? Why you should always be modest? So there was no modesty inside the peacock, and he danced very arrogantly, which was his dance was full of pride, which the Swan King did not like. He was embarrassed. Who was embarrassed? The Swan King, to see his daughter's choice behaving in an unworthy way. So the behavior of the peacock was not at all acceptable. He thought, this peacock has no shame and modesty. So why should my daughter be put to shame by marrying such a mindless mate? So he thought that this peacock doesn't have any shame or modesty. So why should I get my daughter married to a bird who has no what you will say, who has no modesty, who has who has doesn't have any behaving attitude, good behavior, who is full of pride, who is arrogant, and which is looking very much foolish, which is becoming very much mindless. The dance, it's a mindless dance which the king saw when the peacock was dancing. Okay, standing in the midst of the great assembly of birds, the king announced, Peacock, you have danced here like one who has no proper shame or dignity. I will not permit my innocent daughter to marry such an ignorant fool. So he said that, Peacock, you are dancing very mindlessly, a shameless dance which doesn't show your dignity. Okay, so I don't want my daughter to get married to such an ignorant male. So what is ignorant? Who doesn't have any knowledge how to behave, specifically how to behave, how to doesn't have any knowledge how to present himself. He is full of pride. He thought that he is getting married to such a beautiful swan. He will be the king's son-in-law, and these things were shown in his body language. So this is the thing which the king swan did not like in him. The king swan married his daughter to a royal nephew. Having lost a beautiful wife, the silly peacock had to fly away alone. Now, the king swan got his daughter married to some of his relative, and the foolish peacock lost the beautiful wife and had to fly away. He flew away. So, because of his arrogance, he got a chance. First, he got a chance, and that the swan's king daughter chose him as his husband. But he lost everything due to his arrogance, whatever you can say, due to his foolishness, due to his over self confidence, due to his pride, which was not liked by the king. So, what lesson we have got from this, children? If you let pride rise in your head, you will wind up acting like a fool. So, if you feeling proud is okay, but it shouldn't be so much that you start behaving foolishly or arrogantly. It should not rise to your head, because this makes anyone look very foolish. Okay, so this is the story which have a very deep lesson, a very meaningful lesson. Hope you all have understood what I meant to say here, and you enjoyed the listening to the story as well. So if you like, please hit the like button, and for more such stories, subscribe my channel so that I can get inspiration, I can get motivation from you all, and upload many stories on a regular basis. That's all for today, children. Have a great day ahead. All of you take care and stay healthy.